Gotcha.
Alright guys, so
Switch camera. Switch camera.
tonight we're gonna do a ghost story.
Access selected. Voiceover off.
See if I can get the music going on here. Apparently it doesn't work on live stream. Whatever, this makes no sense. Okay, anyways, ghost story 1. What should I call this chapter? I'm just gonna turn on voiceover into types.
YouTube. 0 watching now. 0
Alright,
likes.
chapter 1. Addison Troll High School. So, I'm just gonna make this one because I don't even know what the fuck to say. Alright, never mind. Alright, okay. So one day, it was the first day of senior year in Addison Trail for me. And it was also Christian, Adam, and pretty much everybody was having their last year in Addison Trail High School. At this time, it was mid-August, and everybody was already making jokes about like, oh, what they're gonna be for Halloween and everything. And a couple of my friends were gonna throw a Halloween party. Colton was actually planning the Halloween party. I was like, oh, cool. And he's like, yeah. My phone is like
0 watching now. 0
like
likes.
burning hot. So I took off the case to see if the air will hit on it, because I don't know if that's good for the phone to be like really hot like that, because it was just on the charger for a little bit and I was using it. Anyways, so Colton was hosting this big Halloween party at his house, and a handful of friends were going to stay the night. I was one of them. I didn't think much of it. It was going to be his 16th birthday at that time. So he asked in mid-September, and I said, yeah, I'll go. And throughout the time in Addison Trail, things started acting like very strange. Like, some students were not acting as usual. Christian Lark was not acting right. And he was acting very suicidal. And I thought, that's not good. Because I didn't know what to do.
0.
And at the time he had got diagnosed with depression. That was even sad. That was even sadder. And so people started wondering why Christian was depressed. Maybe he didn't have a girlfriend. Maybe he was just lonely. I don't know. Chapter 2, the Halloween party. So the party took place at Colton's place, and he had a big house. Over 20 kids were invited. I was shocked, to be the least. I got there at about 5 o'clock that night, and there was a lot of kids that I didn't know. Only 3 other Vision kids came: Brooke, Christian, and Anthony Morris. I was not surprised. And it's not something that you would see all commonly. But Colton had like 15 other kids from a different school that we did not know about. Apparently, let's just say he went to Jackson Middle School in the past. That was in his grammar school years, but now he's in like enrolling into college and all that crap. And we started talking to everybody. It was fun at first. And then something really disturbing was going on that night. At about 1 a.m., I decided to head upstairs to go to bed. I tell Colton that I'm going to lay down. He says, okay. I go upstairs and I'm in the spare bedroom. I'm laying down. Sergeant comes by me with no problem. I let him lay with me, the dog. And somebody comes following me up the stairs. I thought it was Colton, helping me bring like my soda and stuff upstairs. Fuck no, it wasn't Colton. It was one of the kids in Jackson Middle School who used to be there, who was following me up the stairs. We'll call him Jack for the story. Jack was following me up the stairs. I didn't think much of it. I thought he was going to his spare bedroom at first. I go to lay down with the dog, and I'm petting him, and Jack is standing over me. This motherfucker was 6 foot tall. As tall as Lucio Delgado. I didn't think much of it. I thought he wanted to pet the dog, so I asked, "Did you want to pet Sarge?" And he looks me in the eye and says, "No, I'm gonna kill you." I was scared shitless. I screamed for Colton and no answer. He's passed out. Dirtbag. That's what he called me.
Zero watch. Live. 7 minutes 9
So,
seconds.
At this point, I booked it. I flew out of the room downstairs screaming and crying. And Colton's mom was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong? What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Jack is trying to stalk me. He's trying to tell me he's gonna kill me. And he has a machete in his hand." They called the cops, and not only was there a murder in the house, he had murdered a Vision student at the school. Christian's brother. I shit you not. I freaked the hell out. No wonder why Christian was depressed and sad. I fucking booked it. After talking to the police and everything, that's when they told me that they charged him with murder of Anthony Sullivan. I was in complete shock. And I was like, whoa. How the hell did Jack attempt a murder? I don't know. That's what they're trying to find out.
Unmuted.
So, they took him into custody.
Finish. Finish. Live. Zero watching now. Finish.
And
Live. Zero watching. Live. 8 minutes 49 seconds.
And they take him into custody. They put him back in jail because not only did we miss 20 people or one person actually was shot in the house, and their body was underneath my fucking spare bed. It was Brooke Littlefield. I shit you not. When they pulled out the dead body, I saw the fucking face. I recognized that person. I screamed bloody murder as Colton's father dragged down the body of Brooke. They called an ambulance right away. They got her to the hospital, but she was far gone. Her organs could be donated. She was not on an organ transplant list, but her parents had to make the hardest decision to take her off life support and donate her organs. Brooke probably saved 20 people with her organs and whatever she was able to give. It was amazing how she saved so many people's lives. And Peyton Dotson was one of them. He had cardiomyopathy at the time at the hospital. He was supposed to be at the Halloween party at Colton's house, but he had a heart attack. He had a LVAD at the time to keep him alive. For those of you that don't know what it is, don't even ask me, because there's a lot of information to explain in LVAD. That is ventricular assist device. That's the best way I could explain it. If you just listen to like the words surrounding that word, you'll know what I mean. Alright, anyways, he was finally taken off the LVAD at like midnight as he was going down to surgery and stuff. It was a 12-hour surgery, so Peyton Dotson would be out of surgery from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. He wasn't going to have cardiomyopathy no more. Cardiomyopathy, again, is a heart condition, in case you guys are wondering. And then, so, Peyton received Brooke's heart. It was sad, but Brooke gave the gift of life to Peyton Dotson just a day before Halloween. That was when Peyton received the good news. They found a match of a heart. Peyton had went down to surgery on Halloween morning, 12 a.m., and got out around 1 p.m. He had complications trying to wake up and stuff, so they had him sedated for an extra hour. 13 hours total of surgery. He pulled through. He was taken off the ventilator the next day at 6 a.m. and was sitting up and stuff. That's how we found out Brooke had gotten killed. But she saved 20 lives of other people. She did something that a lot of people will never forget. After the whole Halloween party and visiting Peyton in the hospital and stuff, Colton didn't realize why Peyton was in the hospital until a month later. A reunion was going on. Brooke's mom wanted to see the recipient of Brooke's heart. She fucking lost it when Peyton walked in the door. She lost it and ran to him. He got all choked up. And Colton's like, what's going on? What's going on? You know, why are we all here? And Peyton's like, a part of me has Brooke inside. Colton's like, what? What do you mean, Brooke? She died. I know, Peyton said. But I don't have cardiomyopathy no more. Why don't you have the LVAD? Brooke saved my life. She donated her heart. What? Colton said, I was never notified of it. I never got the call. The hospital staff tried calling you. You motherfucker. Colton thought to himself, shit. The murderer took my phone. I don't have a phone because that bastard took it. Oh yeah? Peyton's mom said, I got it for you. Oh, yeah. Peyton sent you like 20 messages before you went to surgery. I got the heart, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Come up, meet me up there now. Happy birthday, this and that, blah, blah, blah. What time are you coming up here? Going down right now. Talk to you later. 18 hours later, hey, I'm awake. Breathing on my own, this and that. Well, Colton's reading all reading all these messages. He's like, how did I not see this? I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. Peyton said. I know. Brooke saved a lot of people's lives, Peyton said. Well, they're, parents have made the hardest thing to do, hardest choice to do. Brooke would have, loved if we donated something out of her. You did something good out of something bad. Yeah, exactly, I said. Well, this is why a lot of people encourage one another to do this. What? Organ donation, Peyton said. Oh, fuck no, I said. Fuck no, Colton said. I'm too young. Can't sign up now. I know, but later in years, that's when you start talking about it. I guess, we both said, looking at each other quizzically. About a month after that, it was December of 2019. It was right around Christmas, and at this time, that's when things started going downhill. At that time, my friend Katie had took her life. She was depressed and she committed suicide. She drowned herself in a lake, and it was hard on me. And then I got the call when Colton was at work on Christmas Eve. That fucking ruined my night. Later on that night, as I'm laying down, calming down from the whole situation, the funeral was going to be 3 days after Christmas Day. I felt a warm sensation come in the house. And I thought I turned up the heat. The heat was only on 70. So I thought, I didn't turn the fucking heat up, did I? And I know I didn't. And so I do an experiment in the house. I pull out the Ouija board because I knew something was fishy going on. So it's like, I gotta find out what's going on. Chapter 3. Playing with the Ouija board and talking to a spirit. So I sit down at the living room table and I light up the candle, turn off the lights and stuff, and I had my friend Kirsty come over. I was gonna have her read the letters. So I start asking the necessary questions like, is anyone here?
Live, 18 minutes 32 seconds.
And someone had said, yes, I'm here. And I asked who it was. The plancho moves to a letter K. A. T. I. E. And then the warm feeling came over me again. So I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, Kirsty, does it feel warm in here? She said, yeah. So I asked, was it a nice spirit? She said, yes. I almost had tears in my eyes at this point. Then I heard a familiar voice. Mama Dove. I sat there frozen in my seat. Holy shit. Mama Dove, it's me. And I could see out of the corner of my eye an angel, a fucking angel, sitting across from me by the fireplace. I want you to know that I'm sorry that I did this to myself. And I love you and I trust you guys. Tell Colton, I didn't mean to do this. She said this with a sad look in her eye. I recorded the whole thing and I sent it to him. He freaked the fuck out. He wrote, an angel in the house? Why is Katie, like, invisible? And I wrote him the whole story that she took her own life, she died, she was depressed, she wanted you to know that she didn't do this to potentially hurt anyone, she was just lonely, and no one would talk to her. Colton didn't write for the good 10 minutes. Then he starts typing. 5 minutes later, he's still typing. So then he tells me to read this to Katie, the angel. So I have voiceover. I said, Katie, if you're still here, I need you to listen to this. She gave me a sign that she was still in the house, but showed me a flicker of the kitchen light. So I played the voiceover and it's reading his message out loud. Dear Katie, I know how suicidal you felt. I felt the same way too. I almost inflicted myself several times. And I know my girlfriend has stopped me several times. She has yelled at me to knock it off and don't ever do this, don't ever do that. And I know self-harming yourself is not a good thing. It's not healthy for your body. I wish you would have came to me. I would have helped you. Me and my girlfriend would have helped you. But it seems that you never really came out of your shell to talk to us. You self-inflicted yourself pretty badly. And this is what had brought you now. I can't believe you left this world with nothing to leave behind. We all miss you now. And now my girlfriend has been heartbroken all day on Christmas Eve. We will remember the good times, this and that, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff that you wrote. After the voiceover read it, I kind of cried. And then I seen the shadow come over to me. Kirsty's just sitting there sheepish, like, what the fuck? She has no word to say. She is speechless. She's just ashen white and pale as fuck. She looked like she wanted to pass out, but me and the spirit, Katie, were having the time of our lives. And she's like, I can't believe I self-inflicted myself like that. I caused harm. How did you die, I asked. I took a gun and shot myself, Katie said. Why, I asked. I was lonely. No one to talk to. I'd say, wow. I'm sorry, Katie said. I have to go. I have some unfinished business to do. Bye, Katie. Bye, Dove. I'll miss you. I'll miss you too, I say, getting all choked up. She leaves and I start crying. Kirsty comes over to give me the hug and she's like, it's okay, it's okay. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not the same no more without her. She's just not the same no more. She inflicted so badly. She killed herself. She shot herself in the mouth. Oh my God. I know. It's sad enough. I'm sorry. It's not okay. And so...
Chat option. Switch. 0 watch. Live. 24 minutes 25 seconds.
And so now I'm at the point where I just want to go to sleep and not do much the next day. Chapter 4. Christmas Get Together. The next day was Christmas morning and I wake up at about 7 a.m. because we were preparing for a big Christmas dinner and stuff. And Colton had no work that day, and he kind of slept in a little bit. So, while I got up, I smelled a familiar perfume that my friend Katie used to love, Britney Spears, and I know I didn't spray that shit on. And I had just gotten out of bed. Colton was still sleeping. He was out cold. So I slowly got out of bed and I'm like, who the fuck is spraying perfume? And I thought it was Kirsty because she has to work a half a day. Hey Kirsty, I asked. No answer. So I texted her and asked, did you take Britney Spears perfume? She said, at about 5 a.m., yes. Why? What's wrong? I said, I'm getting a really strong whiff of perfume. She wrote, what? With confused face.
Facebook. Now, Ellie Ballard commented on your post in differently abled
And
18 plus. Live. 26
I
6 seconds.
and I said, I'm not kidding. Someone is spraying perfume. And she's like, oh my god. Let me call you on my break. I'll call you at 8. I wrote, okay. And I put the ham in the oven and stuff. I start doing the sides and everything because I wanted everything done by like 2 p.m. to be the least 2 to 3. So as I get some stuff going on the stove and in the oven, microwave, I sat down finally about 8 o'clock in the morning and Kirsty calls me. And we're talking and I smell the perfume again. So I'm like, I'm sitting here and I hear a bottle being sprayed down the hall in the bathroom. She's like, go see who it is. I said, no, I'm too creeped out. And then Kirsty's like, what if it's Katie? So I jumped up. I ran towards the bathroom and I seen the shadow. Katie, I asked, what are you doing with my perfume? I just missed the bottle of perfume, she said softly. Colton is sleeping? Yeah. I swear to God, I see this angel fly towards the bedroom, and she's above him, just floating in a blue, gorgeous dress. This angel will not leave the house. I could hear her talking to him, saying something beneath her breath, but I know it's towards him. I don't know what the fuck she was saying, but it sounded disturbing. After that, she vanished into a puff of warm air. Whoa. Did you just see that? I asked my friend Christian as soon as he walked in. Yeah, I seen something in the room. Oh my god. At that time, I wasn't expecting Christian to come over to help out with the cooking. And so after I do like the cranberry stuff, I grab everything out. Sorry, I'm tired. I wanted to start baking the cakes and pies. So I started making the rainbow cheesecake. That took about an hour to make. Colton woke up at about 9 a.m. and he looked tired and drained. I made some coffee and I was already getting tired myself. I've been up since 7 a.m., I said. Colton said. I was out working till 5 a.m. Oh wow, you look really tired. Yeah, I am, he said. just sitting there. I made him a cup of coffee with blueberry creamer. That was my favorite. I even made myself a big cup of coffee because I knew I'd be cooking until like 3 or 4 o'clock and stuff, and I'd have to put everything away, and that would take until like 6 p.m. to clean up and stuff. And I told everybody to start coming over around 1 p.m. and hopefully everything will be done by 2 to 3, which should have been a good, decent time. And 10 a.m. rolled around. Christian is still helping me bake. So finally, he takes out the cheesecake and there's the icing color and stuff. So now I put in the chocolate cake with the peanut butter filling, and that was already done being baked, so now it had to be cooked in the oven. I had 2 goods made already, like pies or whatever you call it, baking products. And the ham was doing good, everything else was already pretty much done, all the sides and everything that we had, cranberry sauce, pickles, olives, and all that. And at around 12, 2 hours later, pretty much everything was done. The ham still had 2 more hours to go, to be the least. Because I gotten up so early, it probably would have taken like almost 7.5 hours for that thing to cook and stuff. Because I don't know. So people started showing up at 1 p.m. My grandma, my grandpa, my mom, my siblings, my dad and his girlfriend, Jennifer, and her 2 girls, and her son, Julian. So I was surprised. I finally got to meet Julian for the first time, but he was much older, sadly. Julian, I say, I finally get to meet you. Yeah, he said. I've been just working a lot. Oh, really? Yeah, I quit Target. Oh, shut up. Really? Really? Wow. So we chatted for a bit, and Colton was passed out on the couch. I told him to go way back in the bedroom since he was really tired from work, and he just needed his sleep. He went and crashed into the bedroom, and my Aunt Rochelle came over, and my cousin Gianna, my worst enemy, came over, and my Aunt Heather, she came. Pretty much we had over 20 people in the house. My friend Sandy, my friend Kirsty, my friend Edith from Arizona flew out here to the party. She brought her Quaker parrot, Yo-Yo. That was amazing. And it was great. We took some pictures and stuff. About 2:30, the ham was done. Everything was pretty much done. And we started eating. So it's like, okay, the ham and stuff is done.
0 watch live 34 minutes 15 seconds.
And my grandma's like, oh, do you need help? I said, sure, just passing out the plates and stuff. And my friend Christian goes to check on Colton to make sure he's okay. And Colton kind of wakes up, he's like, yeah. Christian's like, are you okay? And Colton's like, I'm just really tired, like, real out of it. And I could tell that something was wrong too when I walked in. I was like, hey, what's going on? And Christian's like, he's real out of it, like real tired. Wow. They had him working real late, I said. Yeah, that's too much. So I asked if he wanted to come join us. And he said, sure. But I could tell deep down something was definitely wrong. Like, he was not in the Christmas spirit that day. He was just, like, not looking himself that day. I didn't really think much of it at first. I couldn't jump to conclusion that something was wrong. So I kind of pulled it off as maybe just over lack of sleep. And we walked out of the bedroom, sat down at the kitchen table, and everybody's like, hey, Colton, hey, old fart, what are you doing sleeping all day? And that was basically my Aunt Rochelle saying all that. Colton's like, work, piece of shit, work. Everybody laughed. Yeah, it's the joys of being an adult. I'm not really an adult. I'm still fucking 16. And yet, this girl over here bought her fucking self a house. That's why I moved in. Yeah, I say, I pay a mortgage here in this damn house. It's a mansion. It's a beautiful house, my mom said. Thanks. I did all that on my own. Yeah, you're a young adult, and Colton is still a minor. Oh, shut up, I laughed. Sorry about the background noise. That was just, my dad's girlfriend's dog. Anyways, so after talking and stuff, eating, we were all like, okay, we're gonna let the kiddos open presents. And pretty much everybody was done eating except my friend Sandy. Which I don't really mind, she was still taking her time. She's older anyways. She was around her late 70s, early 80s. But she still had birds and stuff, which was awesome. She actually was gonna give me one of her birds. Her cockatiel is named Angel. Angel was an old bird. She was all ruffled up and shit. She was not really in good shape. And in fact, it was not good at all. Anyways, chapter 5. The kids opening their gifts. My brother CJ had gotten a good amount of gifts. He had a PlayStation 5, the Xbox One and stuff. He had more of like the gaming system. My younger brother, he also had new Fortnite stuff and all that. My youngest sister, she got nail polish. She got a fucking iPhone, a tablet, pretty much like electronic junk. And I got myself a Nintendo DS. A purple Nintendo DS with Mario and Sonic. Stuff that I know how to play. And I gotten Starbucks gift cards, nail certificates. And I also got an engagement ring from Colton. Yeah, he wanted to get engaged at the age of 16. I was shocked. This was something I didn't know about. And Colton was passed out on the couch, and I'm like, okay. So my grandma wakes him up, and he's like, oh shit, I forgot about that fucking ring. And she was talking like all groggily, like just tired looking. And he's like, so what do you think? And I'm like, you're for real asking for an engagement, right? And she's like, I'm not joking. And he's like, will you marry me? And I said yes. I hugged him and I almost cried and stuff. It was a happy moment. And it was just that right time, because at that time, I had a lot going on. And my cousin Tammy had just died, and I was going through a hard time, so I moved out. My Aunt Kelly was not doing great either. She was not herself either.
Filters. Chat up. Switch. 0 watch. Live. 40 minutes 49 seconds.
So, after we got engaged, I had gotten Colton a new iPhone, a new charger and stuff, and whatever he uses for YouTube. I got him the tripod they use for the camera to help the camera stand up better, and so that way he could get everything in video, and it was nice.
Alert. Low battery. Close. Button.
So
YouTube. Finished.
that was something that he was going to use a lot, which was the tripod to stand up his phone on the tripod and record better. So after I gave him that, he was happy. So I was like, great, you don't have to worry about doing much now. And so now we decided to watch a Christmas movie that night after everybody left. So then we watched a Christmas movie. That was great. But I could tell that Colton was under the weather, that he was not feeling well. And then my suspicion was right. The next day he was coming down with a cold, the day after Christmas. And then 2 days later, it was the 28th or so. It was my friend Katie's funeral. Chapter 6. The funeral and a dove release. No, wait. Who did chapter 1, 2, 3? 4 was Christmas, 5 was, yeah. Okay, chapter 6, the funeral and dove release. So, a few days later, it was my friend Katie's funeral for her killing herself because she harmed herself pretty badly. I was not too happy about it. And it was something that I didn't want to see, because since she had donated her organs and stuff, she had passed in like December and stuff, and I knew it was not the best time to see the stitches and everything in her dress. And after seeing Katie like that in the open viewing casket, that freaked the hell out of me. It got me grossed out just seeing not only her eye sockets, but nothing was there. She donated those and was replaced with a prosthetic now. But they messed up on the other one because they left it just like blank, like nothing was in there. That was scary. Just seeing those black something in holes. It was just scary as fuck. And just seeing where the stitches were kind of protruding out from the chest and stuff, that was scary as fuck. And they didn't really do a great job at embalming Katie. Embalming means like stitching up everything. They didn't really do a good job with that. And then for her to wear a dress and stuff at a funeral parlor, that chilled me to the bone. So after viewing Katie's body and stuff, we did a closed casket. They closed it up and stuff. Nobody was allowed to see her no more because of the gruesome mess that was inside from her embalming and organs being removed. That was disgusting. The funeral parlor was creepy as hell. It was really disturbing. And that was something that not a lot of people would know.
YouTube, live, 46 minutes 13 seconds.
That day of the funeral,
Voiceover on.
it was just
YouTube,
a sad day.
finish, button.
Because after Katie's mom and dad were able to see Katie one last time before they closed the casket, they just weren't allowed to see the body again after that. So they closed the casket and the funeral parlor workers started talking and stuff, and then they played Amazing Grace, or I played Amazing Grace and My Own Mortal and a few other songs that Katie requested before she took in her life, which was sad and depressing. So I did what I could for her, and I played those songs for her. After that, at about 5 p.m., we left to go bury her at Bethania Cemetery. It was near where I lived and stuff, which I will not give away where I am. But it was near where I lived. About 5 minutes away. And after burying her, my friend Kyle from the Fraser group had requested to have a dove release, and that was going to be done at about 6 p.m. But after the burial, that's when we had the dove release, and it was crazy because there's not really a requested thing from Katie. She didn't want the dove release, but I thought it would be beautiful. You know, something to hold on to remember about her. And we had about 200 doves, and it was beautiful just seeing them take off, but it was really sad.
YouTube, active, live, 48 minutes 40 seconds.
So after the whole funeral and stuff, me and my friends and Katie's family went to dinner, and we were all sad that Katie had passed away. But now that she passed away, we couldn't really do much about it. All we could do is just think of her as a good friend or sister. Katie's sister, Cecilia, took it really badly. She was missing her sister really badly. And I felt sorry for Cecilia. Kelly shouldn't really have any sorrow or sadness in her. I don't even think she really understood what was going on, though. with her sister and why her sister passed away, what was the whole ordeal, and what in the world happened.
Live. Chat up. Switch.
But after we headed out and stuff, we
Finish.
headed back
Button.
to my house and went through some old pictures of Katie and stuff. It was disturbing just looking at old pictures because now that we think of the funeral and what we seen earlier prior to that day, now we're just looking at memories and stuff. And about a month after that, in December, we just have had not much to do that time. We'll do chapter 2 possibly tomorrow.
Finish. Finish.